As a student, it's a bit challenging to hear a lot of concerns around like the program shutting down or program, but then the courses are actually up, and there's a lot of, I think, not much issue around like the professors themselves, but I think our relationship with the administrators. I think I genuinely, as a student, I feel like I'm in the dark with what's going on about why we're having so much issue keeping up with their program despite it being so popular. And academically, I think it's so relevant in our current times. There was like a town hall event with Victoria College staff members around how can we create a more healthier campus, and I'm like, well, we can, like, let's study it. Like, we have an entire research program here. Like why don't we just create that and fund that? I think there's a lot of frustration with not knowing why is it so hard to do this, and even if I think there's so much demand and interest. I'm really genuinely curious why people find it challenging to keep pursuing this. When I say they, I mean like universities, like admin. And I can see the toll it has in like the professors I work with and the students as well. I hope the university continues to keep on its promise to provide a system of caring. I think in their 2019 task provost, they recommended that U of T needs a system of caring to address the mental health issues that have been going on at campus. And I generally don't understand, like, this is a great program that can help exactly do that, and I'm one like prominent example of how of a successful student who's gone through the program and has transformed my life. I actually wrote a proposal. I was trying to write, there was like a contest to be the dean for the day, and my proposal was, we need a system of caring, so why don't we build a program that is centered around the education, research, and collaboration around this contemplative science or wellness, flourishing research. And so I think one thought I had around how this program can support students is if this program can actually be like a major and like centered around, I don't exactly know what the title would be, maybe around contemplative science or flourishing studies. There's a bunch of similar programs in Oxford, Harvard, and I think also one in Australia as well. So we already have a lot of other great universities doing the same, I'm sure. And then what's unique about U of T is we have people with such diverse and strong backgrounds, like Mark Miller and his work around cognitive science and philosophy of mind, Ellie and her experience in Plum Village and Buddhism, and also implementing it into supporting physician burnout. We also have some really cool profs who do work in the happiness report, Felix Chung and Laura Roselle, who's collecting community flourishing indicators in Peel region. So we have we have a unique, I would say, a mosaic of different kinds of people working together. And I think I can imagine like this large, contemplative science or flourishing program, and students from any background would benefit from this to complement their other interests. So I can imagine, like, let's say a medical student pursuing some really difficult, challenging biology major and combining it with this contemplative science major. That would be such a great complement for them, and I think that actually be really supportive for them in their application to med school, because it helps them stand out as a candidate, and it helps them show that they are serious in learning how to take care of themselves when they're going to a field that is burning them out, and also how they can deliver care in a compassionate way. That's all we can hear about in medicine, which is compassionate or personalized care. And another example, like any social or psychotherapist would totally benefit from this kind of work. Anyone who's interested in helping people or making people's lives better would so benefit from combining their majors with like a contemplative science major. I think it helps them learn the capacity to actually practice and learn what it means to be like reasonable or wise, or learn how to be skillful. And these are the kind of the traits we often, my greatest mentors often want in students, but we don't have the capacity to teach it. But like, it's right here, it's right here. Like, it's like, stop ignoring it at U of T admins, it's right here. Like, let's just do it. Yeah, keep growing the program. That's all I can really say, yeah.